What's going on, guys? It's Bromley, and I'm coming to you in kind of breaking news fashion. I don't normally do this, but every now and then something wacky happens and it catches me off guard, so I got to stop what I'm doing and make a video. I want to give my commentary really quick on something that may or may not be one of the greatest feats of strength in the history of mankind. Daniel Zamani, that's a guy I hadn't heard of until like a week ago, who was benching big weight. Apparently in the gym, he had benched more than Julius Maddox's record, and he did it under control with a pause. It looks like calibrated plates. Apparently the dude's coming in with an 804 raw bench with a stone cold hard pause that just absolutely flew. Just ridiculous strength. We're going to look at this right now. Daniel Zamani, don't know a lot about him. I'm a Middle Eastern lifter. I think he's Iranian. The way he's built, I mean, I believe it. The pressing power, the guy has the density through the shoulders. See the way his arms, his shoulders ran out of room to grow and they just start growing out. So he can't fit through a door. He has the muscularity. He has the density. I see the size of the arms. He reminds me of a Spotto. I imagine that's what Maddox looks like if the dude leaned out. And Zamani doesn't look like he's that heavy. I'm going to look up his stats in a second. But watch this dude take the bar out. Complete control, no shaking, down to his chest, hard pause, and back up. That passes in any Fed. That was faster than, remember when Spotto barely paused when he broke the record with like a 722? It was basically a touch and go. That was one of the most amazing feats I had ever seen. And then it just kept getting broken. Sarachev came out and broke that. And you got Maddox coming out as the dominant bencher. Now here's the difference. What Maddox is doing is in meets. And what Zamani here did was in his gym. So we have this debate about whether or not lifts count. And here I'm about to do something that it might seem like I'm backpedaling, because I maintain that Thor's record, regardless of whose gym it was in his home gym. I don't give a shit. The man deadlifted verifiably 501 to federation standards, to the federation he competes in. WUS sanctioned it. Magnus for Magnuson came out and judged it. It was during COVID. There was a massive shutdown. The opportunity to hit those lifts in your career, you have a very razor thin window, and the world came together and put together this event and live streamed it, and it got attention all over the world. I was talking to somebody the other day. You realize that pictures of Thor deadlifting were on rain signs outside of gas stations. The gas station by the apartment I used to live in had a picture of Thor outside next to the gas station, and I would see it every time I'd go in to get an energy drink. And of course, I'd have to get a rain because I got to support my boy. That type of publicity, that type of exposure is what people have been whining about for decades, that this was a niche sport and people don't take it seriously and we got to grow it, and on and on. Whether you're talking about powerlifting, strongman, doesn't matter. That exposure was huge, and it came about because this amazing feat was done the only way it could have been done at the time, and they validated it 18 ways from Sunday. So I maintain that's a good lift. Now here, we have this guy hitting an 804. Incredible, incredible feat of strength in a home gym, and it looks like the way he lifted it, I mean, it's almost like showing off the degree to which he paused it and the degree to which it flew. I believe the dude's strong, but here's why this is going to have an asterisk next to it. It's not because there wasn't a judge officiating. It's not because it wasn't done in a contest with an arbitrary number of people competing. It's because we don't know what equipment this guy's using. It's because the weights were not weighed on camera. There wasn't any standardization. So there is a big question mark. Now, I know it looks like the plates, those look like standardized. It almost looks like a Lico, right? It's a knockoff brand. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not what they weigh. I mean, they're not the same calibrated plates you see in all of the international competitions that would put this to rest. But it's not a Lico. It's a knockoff. There's like an X in there somewhere. It looks like something, you would call Alibaba.com and say, I need something that looks legit, but is like a quarter of the price. And those are the plates they send you. Now, the thing about calibrated plates, they're expensive for a reason, because calibrating, getting these standardized and just right, it's more expensive than, plates, creating plates that weigh whatever. So calibrated plates weigh what they weigh, whereas regular plates or off-brand plates that are much cheaper, they have a margin of error. And when you have this many reds stacked on the bar, that can be a huge issue. A lot of people don't know this, and I hate to bring this up because it was such a great feat. Benny Magnuson's 1015. He competed in a different, it was like the Hardcore Powerlifting Federation or something. Not exactly the most reputable, doesn't have the longest track record, right? Didn't last very long. And the guy was a great promoter. You know, it was the P.T. Barnum, Sean Catterley, with his leopard print hair. It was like the P.T. Barnum of powerlifting. Had card girls come out in bikinis and everything. It was great. Let the guys lift in shorts. But he had these like specially made like deep dish Ivanko, like 100-pound plates. I called Ivanko. Ivanko doesn't make calibrated pound plates. They don't have calibrated 100-pound plates. It's not something that they make in that particular style. So the odds that those were calibrated plates are not very good. And given the range, it could be anywhere from a couple to, 8 pounds or more per 100-pound plate. The odds that what Benny pulled weighed 1015, next to zero. It probably wasn't exactly 1015. One of my old training partners competed in that meet. I had heard, I don't know, it was that federation. I don't know if it was that exact meet, but I had heard that weights routinely flew in the warm-up rooms. Guys routinely set PRs. And it makes you question. And that's why we have competition. Things have to be beyond reproach. So unless you have some way of verifying it with authorities and people weighing things and people going above and beyond to verify it, you can't really say it is. Is this what people are going to mention when they ask who the biggest bench presser is? Yeah, probably. But there's always going to be that air of uncertainty. And in my mind, that makes this distinctly different than what Thor did or what other gym lifts done by the most reputable guys in the world. So I hope it's real. It's an exciting time to be alive if it is real. But this guy needs to get his ass in a contest or have some way of validating his strength so he's not just one big question mark and his legacy actually has some teeth to it. Hopefully this gets Maddox to kick it up a notch and we start seeing something just really alien, really just beyond the scope of whatever we thought could be. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments in the comments section. Don't forget to check out Patreon, YouTube memberships, or join our free Base Strength Facebook group. Until next time, this is Bromley. I'll see you.